What's up guys, Derek, moreplace.com. Today we're going to be talking about cold approaching in 2021. Is this something you should be doing? Is this a horrible idea now, given all the stuff that's going on? Gonna give my 2 cents. So, the more dates component to my channel, often neglected, something that people ask me to circle back to a lot, and I don't. I did the bouncer video recently, and that, had good support. So thought I would come back to this because this is a topic that is a pressing issue for many of the guys getting into this for the first time and, trying to get a handle on their dating lives and just become confident individuals and feel capable of achieving success in their life overall. Because at the end of the day, the whole PUA thing, I did a video called Why You Need to Get the PUA Phase of Your Life. Maybe it was the party phase of your life, I don't know. But I'll put a card up in the corner, why you need to get the PUA/party phase of your life done as soon as possible. The reason is not because you want to be some sick player who wants to brag about their notch count. Rather, it is that you want to become successful in this area of life so you know that you can achieve dating success without having to rely heavily on other things that are only going to be accumulated through many years of compounded effort, like accumulating wealth, accumulating fame, etc., which then, even if you leverage down the line when you've been neglecting your social skill development the entire time, once you finally get these possessions and status and stuff, if you leverage those to get success in this, you can't even be confident in yourself that it was you who actually achieved this. Rather, it was all of the things you had when you were 40 fucking years old, and you're getting chicks that are in their early 20s, and you think that it's because you're, this cool, good-looking guy who has sick game, and in reality, you're actually deep down insecure as fuck that you have no idea if you could actually do it yourself if it weren't for all of these things that you've accumulated over the years, and if they're even there for you to begin with, which is a very, very likely outcome if you don't prove to yourself that you can do it with absolutely fucking nothing and just rely purely on yourself, your own, physique, skills, talking to people, communication, and just overall personality, style, everything that goes into you gaming chicks. So at the end of the day, that's, the overarching summary. I spoke of it way more elaborately in the video of why you need to get it done. And honestly, I think that was probably one of the best rambles I have ever done on the channel about dating. And I would highly recommend you watch it if you want to get my description on, what you should be doing in your late teens, early 20s kind of thing, or even your late 20s if you're still in there and you haven't done this yet. So anyways, as far as what you should be doing cold approach wise, if anything, personally, I think that the market will tell you what you need to do. I don't think you need to ask dudes, especially when it comes to figuring out if you're good looking or not too. At the end of the day, you probably know as well as everyone else that your success online will be dictated by your looks. How good looking are you? How good are your pictures? This is what's going to determine if you have success online or not. Now, people who think, I'm a 6 out of 10, I'm a whatever out of 10, I'm a blank, and they go back and forth with dudes on forums, they ask for critiques and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, overanalyzing anything, you don't have to do shit. Just put up your pictures and you'll know. You'll find out if you're good looking or not. And if you don't get any results online, that's the market telling you either need to improve your pictures, or if it's impossible for you to do for some reason, like you've literally maxed out your looks in all areas, you've gotten very lean, you've built muscle, you've improved your style to the point that you can no longer fucking compile a new better outfit. You can't possibly get a better angles, better lighting. You can't possibly get a higher quality camera. You can't possibly do anything more than what you've done. At that point, it's like, well, what the fuck else are you gonna do? You have to cold approach, And it's not, that's a bad, stupid word for it, to be honest. It's more like you have to be able to talk to humans. That is what you should be calling it, rather than you have to cold approach, which is like a stupid fucking PUA term that basically just means I'm talking to somebody I've never talked to before in my life and I don't actually know them, So, well, I guess, a warm approach is technically a girl who's giving you an IOI first. You don't know her either, but it's warm instead of cold. Doesn't fucking matter though. These are all just this is all just terminology. And at the end of the day, all it comes down to is becoming as good looking as you possibly can. It's not that hard to kind of max yourself out in terms of getting leaner, trying to build more muscle. One might come before the other though, unfortunately, with the way the male body works. You might have to build muscle and deal with getting a little fluffy, cut down, get shredded. But in general, the good thing is you don't actually need to build that much muscle to have the ideal body to a female. You just need to be athletic looking and as close to 10% body fat as possible. And yeah, style, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how to compile a Compile is probably not even the right fucking word. How to design a good outfit. You know, there's a lot of YouTube tutorials online as well, with a lot of guys in the self-improvement space who have their channels dedicated to stuff like how to have a good outfit for the winter, how to have a good outfit for the summer, you know, blah, blah, blah. What's in style? What's trending right now? You know, look at Instagram. What are, you know, the top dudes who you look up to? What do they wear? You know, does it look good? Does it look complementary to their physiques? Or are they just doing it to tag some fucking company that paid them to wear their shit? You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to deduce what looks good on a human body, in my opinion. So, you know, at the end of the day, what do you need to do? It's just like the most time efficient thing is online dating. No one is going to argue that. But at the end of the day, only so many people are going to have success online. I think the generally accepted percentage is like 10% of guys get 90% of the girls. That's probably true in all areas of life, to be honest, not just online. But at least in real life, you can actually turn the tables a little bit more in your favor based upon your actual communication skills. Like, you can actually show humor, you can actually show nuance and listening, and fucking be able to take something that somebody says, generate a actual intelligent response and spit it back at them in a tonality that is more attractive, confident, whatever the fuck, and is actually perceived as, it hits a lot harder when it comes in person than over a screen via the hundreds of dudes that have been blowing them up. Because how many of those dudes that have been blowing them up have the balls to walk up to them in person at the grocery store getting their Greek yogurt? Probably none. And that is the example I always use, the grocery store with the Greek yogurt. So anyways, yeah, like the market will tell you. If you want to be the most time efficient, you're an entrepreneur, you don't have time for this shit, totally understandable. I'm fucking in line with that. That's exactly what I sort of fell into after I did the mass PUA stuff. I sort of just wanted to figure out the most time efficient way possible. And the most time efficient way possible is online dating, supplementing you during your daily life, running errands, whatever it is. When you're on the go, if you see somebody, you have to be like that. You can't, once you overthink it, you've lost the opportunity. You end up wasting time standing there like a weirdo, staring for 10 minutes straight. You don't do it. You're walking up and down aisles, trying to convince yourself to do it, kicking yourself for not doing it. She ends up walking away. You tell yourself, I'll get her next time. And like, fuck, I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, you have whatever the rule is. I think it's like a 3-second rule. If you're not approaching it under 3 seconds, like, you fucked up. Like, you're already at the point where you are in your head overthinking, coming across as creepy, not even realizing you're coming across as creepy, but you are, and you're just blowing it, So next time you see some shit, if you see a chick that you're interested in talking to, you have to be able to walk up just like that. Like, if you don't see them and you've like registered that you are, find them attractive, your feet should be moving, Like, you should not be trying to figure out, should I or shouldn't I? Like, the answer should be, like, start walking, So, you can get away with online only. But you'll know if you can get away with online only, because you're going to have more than enough options with online only where it's like, wow, like, this would be a huge waste of time for me to go out to a bar right now at nighttime. Or maybe bars aren't even open where you live. Or, whatever. Or it would be a waste of time for me to go dedicate blank amount of time to clubbing or whatever the fuck is going on in where you live, or whatever's allowed right now. So you'll know, dude, with the Tinder thing, with the online dating thing, there's a lot of apps, there's a lot of fish in the sea. It's not, it is very competitive, but if you need to supplement with actual approaching, you'll know. You don't need people to tell you what to do. You just need to see, am I getting results? Yes or no. And if you're not doing something right. And, or you are not, you have to make up for some deficit in something else, whether that is you need to get leaner, whether that is you need to, who fucking knows, dude, you need to get even better quality pictures. You can take a guy who's like, I don't know, an 8 out of 10 and make them look like a 5 out of 10 with shitty pictures. Or you can make them look like a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10 just by taking better pictures. So at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff boils down to how much you want to put into it, because there is ways to maximize even your quality of pictures. It's not something that you should be shortchanging yourself on. And you just need to take a look at your results objectively, unbiased. Don't be like, I should be getting this result. Just think about it. Am I getting the results I want? Yes or no? If you're not, that is the market telling you that your product is not good enough for the market. to reach the, whatever goal of selling like you're trying to get, which is basically you selling yourself. Like you are the product. So online dating is excellent for giving you like a harsh reality check, in my opinion. Whether a good one or a bad one, you'll get it. And you'll figure out pretty quick. If you're on there for a week and you haven't got, a decent amount of matches with a decent amount of chicks that are, what you would consider to be like reasonably attractive or better, you need to fix some shit, So it's, should you supplement with the cold approaches? Honestly, I think most people would benefit from it, not just from a, like pickup perspective, but it also just helps keep your communication skills sharp, keeps you ballsy, keeps you on your toes, keeps you confident. Because no one does this shit. No one can talk to strangers without fumbling like a buffoon. Honestly, like most people, they suck at talking to random people and it terrifies them. So if you can, you have a leg up on a lot of people and it will reflect itself on your dates that you meet up with the chicks from online too. So I think there's incentive for everyone to do it. Like the cold approaching translated into my business presentations, my interviews for jobs when I was younger. There was a lot of applications where it benefited me arguably more even than the actual dating stuff in some circumstances. So I can't even describe how confident I would be sitting in job interviews. I'd be in the lobby beside all my, competitors. I'd be like, these guys fucking suck. I'm so much better at talking my way around shit. So, there's a lot of incentive to do it. And I think it develops a lot of men's character. And it obviously gives you way more options because if you blow out the online scene and you just cannot get success, do you just give up and say, well, fuck, I am going to forever be alone? No, you develop your skills and a lot of dudes can, you can make up for a significant deficit in certain areas of looks, whatever, if you're exceptional at game. And I know that sounds stupid, but there's a big difference between being good at talking in person, being good at having good pictures and having shitty back and forth, a couple messages online and blah, blah, blah. So that is the answer, dude. Find out if you need to supplement with cold approaching for yourself. See what your online results are like. That is obviously the go-to right now, online dating, as far as what's going on right now. But you may need to supplement it. And if that's the case, suck it up and get going, because there's no other fucking scenario that's going to work. There's no other scenario in which nothing's gonna be handed to you on a silver platter. You gotta make shit happen for yourself, and that's just how the game works. So accept it and do what you need to do. So that is my advice. And I think a lot of people just, accept that it's not gonna work out for them. And, obviously genetically, unfortunately, there are going to be certain things that you just can't make up for, but you can make up for in certain other aspects. If you have a massive deficit in one area, push everything else to 10 out of 10, Even if your looks are whatever out of 10, make everything else 10 out of 10. If this is, whatever out of 10, push everything else to 10 out of 10. Get fucking shredded, do whatever you need to do. So that is my advice. And if you want a more articulated, elaborate version of why you need to get the PUA phase done, I still recommend you watch that video that was in the card earlier that I mentioned. Because I think it was more eloquently put than how I just did this video, but the overall message is still very similar. So anyways, take from that what you will. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplates_moredates. Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. And that includes my TRT clinic. It's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. My recommended lab test panels via my TRT clinic, hair loss medications, pharma grade, through my TRT clinic again, Gorilla Mind, nootropic formulas, Gorilla Mode, pre-workout formulas I designed myself from scratch, and anything else I am associated with. It's all in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.